Everybody, Debbie here from Easy Piano Styles. How are you today? Like my new blue glasses? They're kind of funky. So today's lesson is on two Latin bass lines, rhythm patterns that I use a lot in my own playing. And I thought I would show those to you today. And then I will, of course, apply them to a song. The song I'm going to apply them to is One Note Samba. So let's get started. We'll move the camera around here. You can see everything that I've been doing. So I'm going to do this on a D minor chord. I'm going to show you two different patterns that I use. One is this way. You go pretty low. You can go way down there, which you can't even see, but I'll do it up here. All right, so for a D minor chord, you need to first understand what is the root and the fifth of that chord. So that would be D and A, right? So I go down. I always go down the fifth. I would say most of the time I go down to the fifth. So the first pattern is a dotted quarter note followed by an eighth note, 1 and 2. So you're just staying on the root. Root, root, and then you do two fifths, which would be the A. Two quarter notes. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. It's funny because when you slow it down, first you do have to kind of slow it down to feel how everything fits in, because you've got syncopation in the right hand for a Latin song, plus you've got a syncopated left hand. So you do have to slow it down, but after a while you get the feel of it, and then it'll be easier to play it faster, right? So 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1. Little tricky, this one, especially with one note samba, because it's highly syncopated in the right hand. Okay, the other pattern that I use for bass line is a dotted quarter note followed by a dotted quarter note again, and then a quarter note. So it's counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and I'm just going to do it way up here just so you can see it really well. I would never play bass line up here. You always want to do it down here, and you could even go an octave below. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3. Go down on the and. That's the critical note that makes it syncopated, because you're on the offbeat there. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now, to practice that, what you can do is just play the root on the first beat and the fourth beat. So you get 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That's easy enough. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No syncopation there. And then you can kind of fit in that fifth. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. All right, I'll put it in one note samba. It's a little challenging, especially on that particular song. I was thinking I was picking something easier, but actually it was a little bit trickier. Like I said, it's a little easier to do it faster. But in any event, those are the two patterns that I use mostly for the Latin songs that I have, like anything by Jobim or anything you want to Latinize, so to speak. You can use those patterns. So the first one is as a review, we have the root of the chord, dotted quarter note, followed by the eighth note. So 1 and 2 and that you can pick one of the patterns, and that you can play that on its own with the roots and the fifths, that you're absolutely certain what those are. That's a given. And that you go through the whole song with one pattern. Don't interchange them. And then you would add the melody on top of that, which is going to be a little bit like, rubbing your stomach and patting your head in the beginning, of course. So pick something that is not one-note samba, but a lot easier. Like Quiet Nights and Quiet Stars isn't a good one either. That's a little bit complex. But if you know the song, let's see, where's that? Meditation. That's a good one because it's not as much of an active melody there. Okay. Have a great week, everybody. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.